Alrighty, guys. Good morning. Welcome to this Thursday, August 13th. And well, it's kind of twisting in the wind, aren't we? Waiting for the PPI number to come out today. That's the news on the big news on the calendar. So at 8:30, we get jobless claims. We get PPI final, PPI at the producer price index. And I'm not sure. I mean, not sure it's going to be that huge of a reaction. You never know. I mean, unless it's a big surprise. Usually the CPI gets more attention, big PPI, not so much. But the only news we have coming out this morning is the jobless claims number and the PPI number, and that's about it. A 30-year auction at 1. So bond market, if you want to pay attention to that, could be interesting as well. But that's kind of the news we have. Otherwise, we're twisting in the wind very much. Summer type trading, middle of August. I guess no one is trading. No one is home. We had this massive move out of the middle to the upside on the ES, and now we are going sideways, building value up here. So good news is we haven't retraced a whole lot, so that's a good sign. We haven't even we haven't extended either. So I would just take this with a little bit of grain of salt and just see how it develops. It is going to be a piece of news or some event which drives it either to the downside, start retracing these single prints, or starts taking this higher and retest the highs, maybe even take the next leg higher. We're still wrapping up the earnings season. I think it's pretty much done by now. There's still some AI companies coming out there reporting earnings. We had CoreWeave report the other day, and that was pretty spectacular stuff. So they had yesterday, they were way up. So. But it's a mixed bag. So you're looking at these AI stocks. Some days have up huge, the next time they were right back down again. It's pretty freaking volatile out there. So I would just trade this as a range bound market right now. Volatility, but not directional is kind of what we're looking at right now. So getting into it, you love this. We had to repeat the same levels as yesterday. So it's going to be looking for shorts against the 77.95, 78.05, 78.20s. They're going to buy weakness against the 77.75, 65, 55s, 45s, 40s, and 25s for rotations back up. So pretty much the same exact analysis levels. It's just a few slight variation because it means the market is not moving at all. It's just kind of going sideways right now. Even if yesterday looks like they had some movement going on, but it just the range wasn't that big. 77.95 down to the 55. So what is that? 40 points. So not a huge range yesterday. We will see. We got news coming out at 8:30. We'll see if that's going to change anything. So that's how we get started. Range bound trading. Same story on the Nasdaq. Very much range bound trading. A little bit more range though, so there could be a few more runs which are worth maybe trying to join, but it's still very much range bound, and we're still just sitting here between these two levels. So you see the level here at the 280 to the 29 280 to 300s up to that 30,060s. That's the range we are trading in. I hate to repeat myself, but that's exactly what it is. The market hasn't really been moving a whole lot. So I'm initially looking to sell strength for rotations down, or pretty much equally. I'm not looking for any specific bias. I'm flat out range bound. So looking to sell strength against the 890s, 920s, 990s up to the 30,060s. Looking to buy weakness against the 820s, 780s, 720s, 670s, 630s. 560s, and so on and so forth. Going lower, all the way down here to that 290 to 300 support area way down here. So we got range on the downside to cover if the market wants to probe lower. But as you can see, it's been trying to drift to the upside, but it's a flat range band market, and it's going to be doing exactly this until we get a piece of news which is going to drive this whole thing out of the range. So you're going to get a piece of news of some sort, and it's going to take out this upper edge at 30,060s and extend, and we'll be back up pushing the highs. Or it's going to be a negative event which takes us lower, takes out that 280 level, and starts retracing to the downside, and then we can be down here in this crappy area we were down here flirting with before as well. So that's how we get started. Not much else to say about it. Range bound trading on the ES and Nasdaq to start off this morning. Looking at the bonds, also even more boring. That's not a lot of range at all. That's kind of sitting here twisting in the wind. But they're the same as before, been drifting to the downside, building value. So range bound trading there as well. Looking to sell strength against the 109.10s, 14.15s, up to the 20s. Looking to buy weakness against 109.04, 109s, 108, 26s for rotations back up again. And that's about it. That's not much else to say about it. Now we have a 30-year auction come out today. So that could be interesting. Watching the bond market, could be some action in there, some moving between levels, but trade that with a bit of caution. The regular resistance support areas will be less impressive or less usable when you have an auction day, because they tend to run it. If you knew what level they're going to run it to, you could make a ton of money, but you never know. So it's when they start moving the market. Don't try to step in front of it too aggressively. Wait for good setups. And they think, yeah, it's going to be like, you'll notice it. It's a steady grind up or down when they move the market like that. Just have to be aware that you have an auction day and it's going to be some dealer manipulation going on. And then finally on the cryptos, lots of action on that guy in the overnight. They've been moving. Gold and silver has been moving. You see, this is pretty good movement in gold and silver. Silver moving all the way from the 65 down to the 64s. That's a buck. That's a fair amount of the range for that. And gold also running it up from 44.50, 60 down to the 44.20s and right straight back up again. So a lot of range on that guy as well. Oil drifting back down to 81. Again, that's conflict is not kind of a little bit in the background, to be honest with you. They took off that big attack and just kind of, I guess, economically squeezing them right now. We'll see how it goes. On the Bitcoin futures, Ethereum futures, they are kind of backed off. They were up to 65 and traded there. Now they're back down to 63. And same with Ethereum. So pretty much the same levels there, but I haven't traded any of those guys recently. But if the gold and silver moves like this, then this would be tradable. Just have to be able to get on a good location. Maybe a retest failure up here at the 44.50s. Maybe a mean trade on the silver. We'll see. But definitely a bit of action on the cryptos on Coinbase this morning, or crypto futures, I should say. Back to the ES and Nasdaq, so not much to say about it. It's going to be a quick update because everything is pretty much status quo, range-bound trading. Pay attention to the news. After the news, if it's volatile but not directional, which I think it will be, then I think it's going to fall back on the analysis. If it, however, becomes a surprise one way or the other and you get the directional move, then we could fall back on our Newsday trade. Alrighty, guys, we'll wrap it there. Pretty quick one, but that's how it is. Alrighty, guys, I'll see you back at 11:30 for the next update. Good trading later.